Hey, what's going on? It's me, Slipper Jermaine. What's the drop rate of a Headhunter? Don't know. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been doing it for the last 3 years. I've been trying to write a script for this, and I can't do it. My brain is fried from all this farming. Basically, the theory was we've run 20,000 burial chambers in the past to figure out the doctor drop rates because you could take the doctor drop rates and just like times them by 8 or divide them by 8, and then that's the drop rate of a Headhunter. So we ran like 10,000 burials in Incursion League, and we got 52 doctors. So you could go, oh, 10,000 maps, 52 divided by 8, and then the maps times that number, that's how many maps you could do to get a Headhunter if you're running Nemesis or something. Doesn't really work, because, one, Incursion gave you a shit ton of extra monsters, which is, yeah, people are doing rarity farming right now and stacking a shit ton of monsters. I'm not even going into rarity. I'm not even gonna fuck with that. I just want to know, what is the drop rate of a Headhunter, just flat, if you were running maps in Nemesis? How many maps in Nemesis would you have to do to get a Headhunter? Just not even having quant on your character, not even having rarity on your character. What's the drop rate that GGG thinks? Because let's think about it like this: the Brother's Stash is a card that has a stack of 1 and gives you 5x, right? So you could assume, I mean, I'm assuming that that card is 5 times rarer than an Exalt. So if you were to run 10,000 cemeteries, which I'm not going to fucking do, but if you were going to run 10,000 cemeteries, the amount of X you get from divination cards should be equal-ish to the amount of X you get flat drops. Because for every 5 flat drops, you'll get 1 div card, and it will just balance out. I assume that's how they've done it. That being said, GGG, boy, do they love just, like, giving you negative returns on convenience. So, this is how I'm doing the maths, but it probably actually isn't like this, because go fuck yourself, GGG, 1994 to 2020, I don't know when the fuck they were founded. We did a 10,000 in Delirium League as well, 10,000 burials. The problem with the really old 10,000 video is right after we made it, GGG were like, nah, that Doctor card and Headhunter's too easy to get. Let's make it harder. Go fuck yourself. And so they made it harder. We did another 10,000 in Delirium, and we got like 33. And this is what I want to do. I want to have the currency. I want to go like, this is how many X I got, this is how many Chaos I got, and this is how many Doctors I got. And figure out Doctor to Chaos to Exalt. The problem with doing that in Delirium League is there's these currency Delirium rewards, which basically give me a fuck ton of currency but no div cards. And like now, if I were to do the farm again, there's Metamorph, there's Delirium, there's all this shit that you'd have to ignore. So we did that, basically. I set out a whole bunch of rules about stuff we can't pick up. You can do Deliriums, you just can't pick up the loot from Delirium. Because extra monsters is fine. It just increases the speed at which we farm. Extra quant is fine. You can have 72 quant, and I could farm with a guy that has 34 quant, and the math would still check out the same, because quant just increases the amount of currency that drops, and all we're looking for is currency, because divination cards are currency. So having a guy that farms with 30% quality, and having a guy that farms with 100% quantity, I should say quantity, not quality, doesn't matter, because everyone's numbers are going to look the same ratio-wise, and that's all we care about. So we've done that. How am I gonna make this make sense? I suppose I could just show you this. This is not helpful at all. Bigger numbers would be helpful. Map count doesn't matter. So the amount of maps that farm doesn't matter. We did Armory for Patient because Patients are more common than Doctors. So all we have to do is like I honestly don't know how to do this maths. All we have to do is take the total amount of Patience and the total amount of Chaos. So we go 1909 divided by 401. So for every 4.7 Chaos, we got 1 Patient card. Right? So how does this work? I'm just going to edit out the part where I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So for every X, you get 44 Chaos, and for every 44 Chaos, you get 9.3 Patience. So my brain is mush. I need to times my patients are more common, no shit. So I need to divide my patients by X. I need to times my chaos by, what is it, 512? I need to get my number, which is 1909. This is my chaos number. No. I need to get my number, which is 401, and divide it by my chaos number, which gives me how much chaos per one patient card. I need to times this by 512 to give me how much chaos per headhunter. That's not right. I have the data. I just don't have the maths because I'm too dumb. Well, it's not that I'm dumb. It's just that I'm, like, brain dead. There's a difference, trust me. $401 patients divided by 109 chaos means for every 1 chaos we get 0.2 patient cards. $512 divided by 0.2100 is 2,438 chaos for every 1 headhunter. I think that's right. People screaming at my screen, telling me how to do maths. 2438 on average chaos for every 512 patient cards. So assuming we just have to figure out the average of maps. Okay. Here's a bunch of maps. Doesn't matter what they are. 100 of each, so that what's this, like 37 maps, 3,700 different maps all ran. 100 of each picked up the chaos in all of them. The lowest amount of chaos we got in 100 maps, the highest amount of chaos we got in 100 maps. The median, the average, let's go with average. So let's say just 28 on average, rounded up. We take our chaos number. This is 100. So we go 2438 divided by 13 times 100, 18,753 maps. On the min end, to get a natural head-on to drop in Nemesis, we take our chaos number divided by 28 on average times 100, 8707 maps. Nemesis maps on average to get a headhunter. We take our high average, 2438 divided by 55 times 100, 4432. 4432 maps on average to get a headhunter. So if you just were running, if you were in Nemesis League and you just ran 18,753 to 4,000 maps, you'd just get a headhunter drop. That's all I wanted to figure out. So we ran, this is another 10,000 project, except I didn't advertise it quite as heavily. But it's better maths in the long run than the burials, because the burials used a whole bunch of flunky, unaffected maths, whereas this one, we specifically only picked up stuff that dropped from monsters and nothing that dropped from deterministic, multi-mod, metamorph, I'm trying to think of the right words, metamorph, no delirium. Alva loot was fine, temple loot wasn't included, Zana loot wasn't included. It was purely just currency drops from maps. So the amount of maps doesn't matter. Like, some people did like 100, some people did 1,000, some people did more than that. The amount of maps doesn't matter because, and the amount of quant that each person had and the rarity in which they ran their maps and the amount of sections they had doesn't matter, because the only thing that modified was pack size, and more pack size is fine because the ratio is going to stay the same, and the only thing that quant adds is more drops, which doesn't matter because the drops stay consistent. So, like, increasing your chaos drops increases your patient drops. There's nothing we could have done that could have bricked the maths. This is the best data for maths that we're ever going to get in relation to Headhunter drops. And you could go, Jim, there's people farming Tower and they have like a lot of quant. You could just use their maths. They're not picking up all their Chaos Orbs. The point is we picked up every Chaos Orbs, every Patient card, every Absol. These are the ratios. This is the best I can do. Oh my god, I'm just going to have to give this to GOG or something so we can make sense of this maths. I hope I've done this right. So, like, on a bad day, 20,000. On a worse day, could be 40,000. It's RNG, that's how it works. If Nemesis ever comes back and I run 10,000 maps, I'll have better knowledge, but... Oh, man. I am not going to do 10,000 maps with Nemesis on it. No. Why would I even think that? I think this all checked out. I think the maths here is right. It'll let me know if the maths here is wrong. I'll put this spreadsheet in the description and you can just copy the data and make pretty graphs and stuff if you like. I'll also give this to GOG and maybe I'll put an addition to this at the end of this video. Thanks to everyone who helped. All these cunts. Thanks to all the subs and stuff and the Patreon people. If his name showed up multiple times, it just means he submitted probably every 100 maps or so. And if they got big numbers, it means they didn't submit every 100 maps and they just kept it all at once. So, yeah, I think that's it. I probably threw some clips in here at some point as well. If I didn't, they're all here right now at the end, and if they aren't, or if I did throw them in somewhere earlier, let's just put them all at the end again. Fuck it, why not? Thanks for watching. This is my last video of the league. I'll see you next league. I'm gonna play Auto Bombers of each elemental type. And maybe Dancing Dervish again, because I haven't played it in like a year or two, which is so crazy to think about that we lost a year of our lives. What happened? GOG helped me out. English, please. With this, if you get 2,500 Chaos Orbs from Armory, you have a 50% chance to get 512 stack of Patience, aka a full thing. So you have a 99.7% chance to get a Headhunter if you get 2,800 Chaos. I don't know, you plug this into some magical maths calculation. Couldn't really help with figuring out if these math numbers are accurate because you need to figure out other things in relation to that. But he did bring up, I thought we were doing this assuming that it's a 1-to-1 drop rate. Like if you get Reign of Chaos, if you get 8 cards, I assumed it would be Reign of Chaos would be 8 times more common than a Chaos Orb because you need 8 of them to make a Chaos Orb. But in reality, in this farm, I got in this Castle Ruins farm, I got 33 Chaos dropped, but I got 52 Chaos worth in div cards. So theoretically, it could be divination cards drop like more frequently, like 1.5 times more frequently than their outcome, if that makes sense. So like as I got 33 Chaos, I got 52 Chaos worth of div cards. So maybe the div cards are more common than the item that it gives you. So maybe it's these numbers, would it be divided or times 1.6? Man, I know good maths. Me maths no goo, but that's okay. Maybe like this, divided by 1.6. Hey, I'm just looking for a smaller number. Seems right. Damn it, why you do that? So maybe it's actually more like this many maps to get a Headhunter. Assuming you have Nemesis on, somewhere between this number and this number. This is the average, but then I should have asked GOG to take this number and plug it into his calculation he did to get these magic things. I don't know, man. Maths. That's basically the gist of it, though. Yeah. Man, I hope that made sense. Thanks to all these people for helping. I already said that, though, didn't I? Yeah, I might make less videos, if that makes sense, but like more, not these types, I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna mix it up though, maybe less content. Look forward to less content in the future. More streaming, less videos. Oof, I don't know if that's a good trade-off. Who cares?